Hey Disney friends! Today we are going to look at something different. We are going to look at Disney dollars. Now, probably many of you guys are wondering, like, what, Disney dollars? Disney dollars came back out in 1987. They actually started over at Disneyland and then they moved over to Disney World that same year. And then eventually, I think in 1992, they actually went to the Disney stores. So there's different serial numbers. They all start with either A, D, or E. So I have actually collected a few over the years, and I love them. Sadly, they ended back in 2016. I know, crazy. They are so much fun. What you could do is you could buy, like, you could switch your money for their money, and then you could spend Disney dollars at the parks. And a lot of people would give them out as gifts. I even had some as a kid. I think some of my relatives had still some. They were like, oh, look what I found rolled up in a ball. It was like, oh, Disney money. And it's like, oh, it's one of those things where you give out, and it was just such a fun thing to have and to use at the parks. But unfortunately, they stopped making them because less and less people were buying them because more people were using credit cards. So in 2016, they ended. But you can still find them and you can still collect them. And if you do have some, not only do you can keep them for collection, which that's what I would do, you can still go and you can still spend them at the parks. They still will take them. It's just that they don't make them anymore. So I thought it'd be kind of fun to show you guys what I've collected. And recently I've picked up 3 more, which I was really excited about. So, and again, I would love to know in the comments below if you have Disney dollars or if maybe something that you remember having as a kid or using at the parks. But they're so much fun. I just absolutely love them. So I actually took some of these out and I'm going to show you what they look like. And the cool part is some of them are actually like series. So like you could collect all of them from that year. They'll have different ones from like the same year. I'll show you. I'll explain it to you as I go along. So the first one I'm going to show you is one of the older ones I have. So this one I had picked up, and this one is a Mickey Mouse one. So here, it's a really nice Mickey Mouse dollar. And even though it's $1, if you're trying to bid on this, it's probably going to be more than $1. But the cool part is all these are signed by Scrooge. He is the treasurer. So if you can see right there, he is the treasurer, which I think is kind of cool. And this one starts with a series A. It's got Mickey on it. On the back side, this one was actually for the 25th anniversary. So that's when this one was created. But I love this dollar, and it is a D. D, right? No. Oh, so it's a D. I thought it was an A, but it's actually a D. So this is a D. It ends in an A, but it's a D. So if I remember right, D is for Disney World. But you can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think D was for Disney World, and I think A was for Disneyland. But yeah, it's really cool. So this is one of the older ones I have. And of course, I am a huge fan of The Little Mermaid. So I had picked up this one. So this is the Little Mermaid one. And this one again is a $1 one. This one's an A. So it was the start of the series A. And again, they're all signed by Scrooge. But I love this one. It's so beautiful. And on the back side has the castle. So this one was created for Where Dreams Come True. It was part of that celebration. So of course they made all the dollars. And if I think I remember right, they had more princesses that came out for this particular year and series. But I picked up Ariel because she is my favorite. Although I still will look for the other ones. But this is really cool. This one again was this came out in 2007. This one. So this is very nice. And then another one that I had picked up was actually part of the villains. So I of course had picked up Ursula. Because again, of the Little Mermaid. But of course, it's because on this side we have Ariel and Eric. So this was part of the Little Mermaid, and this one's a D. So this one here is a D one. I always find that very important. But this one it came out in 2013, and it was for the villains and heroes. And they have different ones. Again, if you look, you can find different ones. But this is the one that I had chosen because I really loved having Ariel on there with Eric. But these are really cool. Again, these are really, really fun to collect, and they always have more than just one in that particular series. Another one that I had to have, and this one I've seen, and it goes for quite a bit. So this one is Stitch, and he is on a $10 bill, but it definitely is not worth $10. It has gone way up in price if you see it. But it's so beautiful. I love it. Look at this spark. Like, it's very shimmery. Like in here, they made it really shimmery. It's so cool. A lot of them are D's just because I like to collect the ones from Disney World. So I always look for Disney World. But this one came out in 2005. So this is an older one too. And it has the castle on it, and it says it's the happiest place on earth. It was really, really neat. I love it. And they have the little tiny castle over here. And it says Walt Disney Parks and Resorts right here on this one. But again, they had also a 1 and a 5 for this series. Most of the dollars bills that you will see are 1, 5, and 10. But they did have some 50s come out. I don't have any of the 50s. And they're worth a lot more today. And I'd never gotten the 50s. But it'd be really cool. If you have a $50 one, I would love to know. It's really, really cool. All right. So then I also picked up some the actual series. Like I have like ones where I collected like all of them that came out that year. So one of the ones, and I love this one. Love, love, love. I was so excited when I collected all of them. It was really hard. It was really hard to get all of these. We're going to start with number 1. So number 1, the $1 one is Splash Mountain. So he was the on the dollar. And this one came out in 2014. So this was getting close to when they stopped making them in 2016. But that is what it looked like. And then on the back side, look at that. Isn't that cool? It's got Mickey, and he's going down on Splash Mountain. So again, Splash Mountain was for the dollar one. And then what they came out with for the 5 was the other mountain. So here we have Thunder Mountain, and it was for number 5. That was really cool. And of course, there is Mickey on Thunder Mountain. He's ready. He's having fun. But I love this. I love this. Such a cool series. And then, of course, there is Space Mountain. And he was a $10 bill. And on the other side, we have Mickey. So again, really cool to have all of them. And they were all $10, or like 5, 10, and 1. But these ones are really, really hard to get. And they're so cool. And again, another thing you can do is if you do pick these up, like especially now, what I would suggest, you can get these. These are plastic, and you can actually put the dollar bills in this. And this will protect them. I did take them out of these to show you guys because of the glare, so you can see that it would show on the ring. And I wanted to show you guys and not have glare on it. But these are good protectors. But when you did buy the dollars at the parks, you would usually get them in this. This was like what they would come in. So you'd have like a whole bunch of money in there. And it would come in these, and it was like currency with character. And they would come in here, and you would see it in here. So this is like if you wanted like 100 ones or something, they would put it in an envelope for you. So I have a couple of these as well. So again, recently I had picked up 3 more that was a series, and I was really, really excited. I bidded on it. I was the highest bidder. I was so excited. It came. Really, like, can't wait to show you guys these. So these were part of the, and these are older ones. So 2000 and I think these were like 2007. Could be older. I think they were different ones, but I got these in E's. So these are the only E's I have. I'm trying to see which one's the first one. Just hold on a second. Okay, so this one I'll show you first. So this one is, again, this is the Pirates of the Caribbean. This is number 1, and the back of this one has the Black Pearl. I thought that was really cool. I love the Pirates of the Caribbean, and I always had saw these, and I always wanted them all. I couldn't believe when I bid and no one outbid me. I was like, oh, it was going pretty high. So this one's really cool. And then this one too came with it, and this one is the Empress. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Ha! I love this one. And then the last one is this one right here. And we have the Flying Dutchman. There you have the Flying Dutchman. So again, they're all 3 of these look a little different on the front. So if you look, they all look a little different on the front. And then they all have the different boats on the back, which I think is really cool. And they're all $1. But again, I think they're so cool, and I was so glad when I found that I was the highest bidder. So, yay! And of course, I have all the protectors for these. And again, if you collect these, you should have them in protectors because they're really, really cool. And I'm hoping, again, I think I had shown these once a long time ago, but as I collect them, I'll probably do another video again next year on them because I just love collecting these. I don't collect as many as fast as I do like my pins or other things, but when I see one that I see that is going for, you know, something I'm like looking for, I'll grab it. There's one I really would love to get is one of the 101 Dalmatians. I remember when that one came out. It's actually an error one, so it had like Dalmatians I think was spelt wrong on it, so they actually stopped making production, and then the price went floof. Everybody wanted it. But that one I don't have in my collection yet, and I would love to get that one eventually. So, but again, I would love to hear in the comments below what you guys thought, which one was your favorite today. If you have any of these, I'd really like to know. And what do you think of them overall? Do you think it's something that maybe Disney should have continued with? I mean, again, it went for 30 years, and people really seemed to really enjoy them, and then all of a sudden they just kind of stopped because they were saying, oh, well, not many people are collecting these anymore, and we're just going to stop because credit cards starting to take over. But I think it's such a fun tradition to walk into a park and have Disney money, and I think it's a different type of feeling, and I'm kind of sad that they had stopped it. But again, I'd love to hear from you guys, so you'll have to let me know in the comments below. So again, thank you guys for hanging out with me. I know that I have a giveaway. I know it's ended. We're going to be doing it soon. I have to get the princesses. Right now the princesses have starting to go back to school, so they're really busy, but we'll try to get a hold of them, and they're going to come, and they're going to pick some winners. So that will be coming up very shortly, so stay tuned. Again, thank you for hanging out with me today. I love having you here. Take care, and I will see you guys again next time. Bye now.